All right, welcome to the last step. You made it. Congratulations. All right, so we have our completed pocket section attached to the back of the wallet. You are then going to take the second piece of fabric that you have for the back of your wallet, and you're going to place it down, right side down, onto the pocket piece so that you're sandwiching those pockets in between the layers. Lay it all nice and flat, line it up, pin, clip, whatever. And for this, we are going to, you are going to find the top edge, so where it's only back to back, no extra pockets in your thing. So you only have 3 layers of fabric. That's the top edge. And you're going to take your pen and you're going to mark a hole, or I'm sorry, you're going to make marks 1 inch in from one corner, and make a mark, and then slide your ruler over so that the 0 is on that mark, and you're going to mark it at 2 inches. So you're making 2 lines 2 inches apart, so that's 2 inches, and it's 1 inch in from the left corner. So this opening will be over your left side pocket. All right. You are going to start with your needle and thread on this line here. So if you had me in 8th grade, you remember that you're leaving this opening so that you can turn it. So you're going to start here, work your way all the way around all 4 edges, and end here. No stitching goes in this section. All right, so just like we have done, if you want to take the time and mark out your 1/4 inch, you're welcome to do so that you can stay on a nice straight path. And again, I'm keeping, just like I did for when I did the big fat, when I did the pockets to the back initially, I'm keeping it flat. And I'm sewing that 1/4 inch. It does help if you have the line. Now I've been sewing for 20 some years, so I kind of can eyeball a 1/4 of an inch. But the line can really help you stay straight, nice and straight. And see, I have a little loop there, so I'm going to pull my thread, make sure that I'm keeping my thread so it's not gathering anywhere. Working my way around. Once I hit the corner, I put my needle in the corner, pull, turn my work. At this point, I'm going to make sure everything's nice and straight, nothing's bunching up, and then I'm going to turn and continue stitching. Now we're going to hit the point where we're going through a whole lot of fabric, and it might get tough in some sections. So I recommend pinching. I have it pinched with my fingers, and I'm going to just go in and out. Put my needle in, push it all the way through, and then back out. 1 stitch at a time. It can get really tough in some of these sections. Getting a good finger workout. And make sure as you're going that you're getting all those layers. And make sure that you're make sure that you're getting all the layers. So I actually have to kind of move down. And make sure that your work is staying nice and straight. If your top piece, or if this piece that we put on today doesn't line up well, like you can see I'm a little off here, you may want to trim that. It might be easier. For this section, I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go on the felt side. Yeah, I'm going to go on the felt side for this, because my felt side's just a hair smaller than my other one. And I'm just going to continue on. Whew. It is thick right here. So I'm just in and out. Now these stitches are not stay stitches. They are holding stitch. They are actual stitches. So we are going to repeat ourselves filling in our gaps. And you don't want these stitches to be too big. 1/4 inch. Be very mindful as you're going, excuse me, be very mindful as you're going through these big stitches that you're getting through all of the layers. So I'm just working through all of the layers until I get to this starting point. So I've made my way back to this point here. So you'll see there's no stitching in my hole. I have not knotted off. I'm now going to work my way back, filling in those gaps just like we did for all the other stitches. When I hit my corner, make my turn. And it should be a little bit easier now that you kind of have one set of stitching done. Still pretty thick in some sections. And you're just going to work your way back. Now I did have to rethread my needle, and so when I did have to do that, I left, I knotted off my first piece and then continued on. And then just inserted my next thing. Whoa, I made that stitch really big. All right, so I'm just working my way around again, filling in my gaps. So I just want to show you, I'm running out of thread. I only have about 5 inches left. So I'm going to knot off here by going through an existing stitch where my loop is, put my needle through the loop and pull. Repeat that 2 or 3 times, and then trim your thread. You can leave a little bit of a tail. And then I'm going to rethread my needle. Okay. And then I'm just going to go right where that needle, where that knot was. That's where I'm going to begin again. And continue to work my way around. Once you have made it back to your first notch, remember that there's no stitching right in there. You are going to knot off like we have already a bunch of times, passing through the stitch and then going through the loop and pulling. And once again, my thread broke. This thread must be old. All right, and then you would clip your thread. You can leave a bit of a tail. Mine broke off. Now, you are going to take your work and kind of give it a little, make sure everything's nice and smooth and flat. You have everything, check it out, make sure you have it all good and organized. You are going to clip your corners. So, you're going to cut the corner of your work. I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to cut the corner of your work, making sure to not cut your stitches. You're just trimming that corner off, like so. See here, I have some extra fabric, so any bulk that you have, you can trim away. Clip this corner, not cutting the fabric, or I mean, sorry, the stitches. So you're going to clip all 4 corners. Lastly, if you have any felt that is really wide, see how my felt is, you know, it's nice and thin. I don't really have to trim any. But if you have any sections with bulky felt, you can trim the felt. So the way you would do that is slide your scissor so that you're only trimming, only cutting away the felt and not the fabric. Because if you have sections with too many layers or too thickness of a felt, it's not going to lay right. Okay, dust all that off.